everybody, back again with another review video. And today's review is over the DC Multiverse Wildcat, which is a gold label exclusive to Target. It is from JSA, but I do have to say this figure is a little controversial as well, because many of us, as we know with Wildcat, we prefer his black costume look and also the fact that he's more bulky, although the source material actually matches the figure that we see and is presented in front of us here today. To me though, I'm glad to finally get a Wildcat, and it definitely does look better than some of the original images that were shown, especially the face sculpt. That was the main thing that honestly many of us had issues with, even myself. And yes, I do wish it was the other representation of Wildcat that we all really wanted, but at least we're finally getting one, and I definitely think this was the favorited one between this one and Orion. But enough of the rant, let's get into the actual box. As you can see, 12 plus here at the top, just like every other figure, and then 22 moving parts as well. And then moving on to the side, you're just going to get DC Multiverse Wildcat JSA. And then moving on to the back, yeah, you're going to get this pretty terrible and honestly god-awful art. Definitely looks like AI created it. I don't know why they went with this art. They should have used this other one that I've seen, well, honestly the source material artwork that was actually shown, but this one is what we got. Unfortunately, I don't know, just looks like a cartoonized version of the actual figure. Definitely very lazy and not a fan. So let's get into the last side here. You're gonna get DC Multiverse once again, Wildcat. And for those who are actually searching in store, although you can definitely get it from Target online, there is the actual barcode. Now let's get into the actual box and see what's inside, and then get to the figure. Let's start off with the typical black display stand. Here it is, same DC logo we've seen time and time again, 1 foot peg. Just something I wish they would change is the DC logo. If it is an exclusive to a specific place, like maybe Target, make it red, or just make them all gold. I think that would be cool and change it up a little bit. And then next thing, pretty much the last thing you get, is the actual card. Same art you see on the back of the box, but it is trimmed down, so therefore all you do is see the upper torso. Looks better when it's the upper torso, but still very trashy. And then get into the back. Here is the read up, if you feel like pausing the video to read it yourself. Now, the reason you all are here is for the actual figure. First thing I gotta say is definitely feel like the figure was covered in like Vaseline, so I probably will most likely drop it a couple of times, and you kind of tell it's very slick because you see the nice shine going on there. So there is that, and your hands do get kind of slick feeling, but getting into it, you can definitely tell right off the bat there is a lot more care and effort put into this figure compared to Orion, which is a good thing to see, considering Orion, for me at least, was very underperforming, I guess you can say. It was really just something I didn't really care for, at least what they did with it. So let's get into the details. So as you can see right off the bat, you got kind of this worn look going on with the suit. You got kind of some of these brush strokes going on, or detail going on, so it looks beat up and bruised on the actual suit, so that's nice to see. But you can kind of see a nice change from navy blue down to black of the boots. So I really like that transition and how smooth it is. Doesn't look like it gets too heavy. There's just a nice gradient, I guess you can say, transition going on. Looks very, very good, and they made it flow perfectly well. And then get into the actual upper torso as well. You got more of that kind of like beat up and bruised suit look and detail going on. Even more, you got it going here on the actual upper arm. And then going on to the other side as well, same detail going on. And then the back, what you would expect from the back is bland. There's really no detail going on besides the shininess and the slickness. Once again, I feel like it's covered in Vaseline. Who knows? But the most important thing and coolest thing is honestly the gloves. Just look at the detail they had going on there. I really like that paint application going on. Definitely looks like it's been worn down, bruised, and beaten up. All dirtied. Looks fantastic. There's just so much effort put into this figure compared to literally the Orion figure. Like, I don't know what went wrong with that one, but this one, there's so much more love and care put into. And I'm glad that there was, because I was kind of losing hope in Target exclusive figures, because all of them seem like they're severely rushed to me, honestly. But this one seemed like there was honestly care and effort put into it. But definitely a lot of nice detail going on with the glove. On the inside as well, it doesn't stop. The bottom doesn't stop. It's going all the way around. I think that looks fantastic overall. And then the face sculpt, there is some complaints, just some original images, how bad it was and how it looked off. But it is definitely a lot better here in person, if I were to say so myself. I mean, just look at that. You got the nice detail going on. You got the kind of worn look, mixture of light blue and dark blue going on. Nice expression going there as well. Looks like he's ready to fight. Nice eyes too, although they're very darkened, but I don't know if they'll come up on camera very well, just because how they do kind of like go into the mold deep into there, since it is a mask, so it makes sense. But looks very nice, if I were to say so myself. And then you got the kind of like whisker areas going on. Definitely did a great job with this mold. And then you have here at the side, there you go, a lot of great detail going on with such a simple character, but you can tell love and care was actually put into this figure. Getting into the actual articulation though, let's get right into it. Moving to the head, side, no issue there. Can do it perfectly fine, not too loose and not too tight. And looking down, get it to go this much. Then looking up, dang near stabbed myself with these little points here, so maybe be careful there. But it can go up that much. Then it can go up, down, and around, as you can see here on the screen and in my hands. Definitely feels nice, and you feel like breaking his neck. There you go. Can do a 360. And then T-pose, getting into it. There you go. No issue there. Perfect T-pose. Then get into the actual arm movement. 360, no issue once again. Then can go up, down, and around as well. And then when it comes to the actual bicep cut, there you go. Almost skipped the bicep cut there. Then get into the actual elbow. There you go. It's about as, there you go. There we go. That's all the way. So all the way there when it comes to the elbow. Coming to the wrist, full movement as well, no issue. And then when it comes to going down, there you go. That's about as much you're going to get before it kind of interferes with the tape. And then going up, there you go, that much. And definitely articulation is another thing I feel like it's a big deal for this figure, considering he is a fighting type character, all brutality, all fist and hands. So glad to see that is going well so far. And then upper torso, side, no issue. Up, down, and around, no issue as well. Side in the waist, no issue. Then ab crunch backwards. There you go, that much. Partial exposure underneath, but not to the point where it is excessive. And then going forward about this much. Try to see if it goes any more. Yeah, not a crazy amount, but there is some. And then just some hip swivel as well. There you go. And then when it comes to the actual splits, it's about as much you're going to get before the actual diaper starts getting into the way, interfering and restricting it. And then getting into the actual knee, there you go. And last but not least, getting to the actual ankle or the foot. Side, no issue. You can already see some tilting going on there. Side tilt, no issue. And then when it comes to going down, go down about this much. And then going up this much. And last but not least, toe articulation. There you go. So overall, a very nice figure, but let me get into my final thoughts. When it comes to my final thoughts on this figure, for being such a simplistic type character in general, I think they really absolutely knocked it out of the park and definitely kind of revised my hope and faith for the actual Target exclusives. Compared to Orion, it's a completely 360 change. Honestly, that one they seem like they put no effort into, but this one, I gotta say, they put a lot of effort into it. Yes, many of us may be partially disappointed because it's not like the typical Wildcat we're used to. Many of us wanted the actual black suit and more buffed up look in general for Wildcat, but here I think they nailed it out of the park. They really shocked me and blew me out of this world for thinking what this character could be, because based on the original images, the face looked very off. It just looked very unsettling, but this one in person looks a lot better and it's just amazing. I mean, starting off with the detail on the gloves, you can tell they put a lot of love and care and effort put into that. For being such just being the gloves, putting that much effort is amazing to actually give it that worn and beat up look like he actually has been using them for a very long time. And the fact they added more detail like on the boots area where it kind of fades into the blue but then goes down to the black. That is very nice to see. That's more effort and love and care put into it than expected. And furthermore, getting into just the beat up look on the suit with the kind of like the light blue, also kind of partially fading into the dark blue, is amazing as well. They just put a lot of effort when it came to the paint application and the face sculpt. The face sculpt is phenomenal. Like I said, it is way better than what the original images showed. Looks amazing, has that nice grin. The eyes look very, very intimidating. And then the actual kind of like whisker area is very nice as well, with the light blue going into the dark blue of the actual mask. And just the sculpting in general for the mask is nice as well. There's really no complaints from me, especially when it comes to articulation. Articulation, there you go. That's something I really consider for this character, being a hands-on fist type fighting character. That's something that many of us are actually going to pose him and use him for. So therefore, that is an A+ for the articulation overall. So if I were to rate this figure, honestly, for what it is, the price, and also just all the love, care, and effort put into it, honestly, gotta say a 10 out of 10 from me. That's going to do it. Wrap up today's video. If you did enjoy this review, please like, comment, subscribe down below for more future content. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.